Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to a special evening edition of Coffee Chat. I titled this Be Involved, but if you see the runner across the bottom of the screen, I also added and step out of the boat. And so, first off, let's talk a little bit about being involved. Over the last week, I've been part of three different conferences, two conferences just locally here in Arkansas, but the third was a national conference called the Disability Policy Seminar. First, let me talk about the conferences in order. Last week, I was part of the Parent Advisory Council, the Arkansas Parent Advisory Council, 8th annual, almost famous Family Bistro. Had to get the name right, or some of the people on it may get to me. Anyway, it was fun, and those sessions are recorded. I don't know if you weren't registered, if you can watch the sessions or not, but if you can, I'll be glad to share some of those sessions. To be the first time that they did it virtually, I think it went really good. Actually, they might have done it virtually last year. I can't remember if it was live or virtual. I think it was live because I might be wrong. Anyway, it was fun last year and this year. I think this year the conference went smoothly. It was using a platform called Hoover, which is also what Disability Rights Arkansas platform was this year, which I work for them. This project is part of the SAND project. Self-Advocacy Network Development is part of Disability Rights Arkansas. But anyway, I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But I just want to say they did a great job with it, and I look forward to watching some of the sessions that I missed last Friday. And to answer your question, Maddie, I'm doing great. Thank you, Diana. I hope you're okay if I put that on the screen. You're proud of the work that I'm doing. Thank you. That makes me happy. I can't be proud myself because that's being using pride. I'm just glad to be part of it. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. This week, starting on Monday through yesterday, I was part of a conference that I mostly go to. I've only missed one or two since I started going, and that's a disability policy seminar. And it's a great conference because it's not just one organization putting it on. This year, I think we had 9 or 10. I mean, it was awesome that we're part of it. A great collaboration of different age organizations that do work in the disability community. So cheers and coffee cheers to everyone involved in that. I was impressed in the way that it happened. One thing that I really liked, and I think they took it into consideration, is that we didn't start until 11 o'clock Central Time or noon Eastern each of the 3 days that was conference events. And I think they took that into consideration because we have people from Hawaii and Alaska that attend. And of course, some people may have attended from other areas, and their time zones are different, but they took into consideration a lot of people from Alaska and Hawaii, so they started it later than they normally would. I mentioned that if they do it live in person next year or in a mixture, that maybe they want to start it later so that some of these groups especially some of these that may have several more than Arkansas representatives to visit. I mean, some states have 8 or 9 or more. Arkansas only has 4 representatives and of course, the 2 senators. And so it would help some states time out some things, and they don't have to go. I mean, if they go split the groups up, that's fine, but it also would help them. Plus, it also gives a little bit more time for people to get to know each other. And we could have coffee chats, I mean, as part of it. I mean, the early morning, like a pre-event coffee chat. If people want to attend the coffee chats and just be laid back. I mean, just some ideas. Anyway, I really enjoyed it, but I also did something. I've scheduled some meetings in the past, 1 or 2, but not like I did this year. I was asked to be a team captain and work on scheduling meetings with our representatives and our congressmen. Didn't do too bad. We got 3 of the 4 representatives to schedule meetings. All of those were staff, and 1 senator and his staff, and that was great. I always love meeting with this 1 senator. He's a great listener, but he's also, he makes you feel welcome when you're there in person. Yes, we were over the phone, and so it was kind of a little bit different, or Zoom video audio for him, but he actually made us feel welcome. So, my props to them. Anyway, and that's what I call stepping out of the boat, y'all. Be willing to do something that makes you uncomfortable. Be involved, but step out of the boat and do stuff that you've never done before. And then also, starting on Wednesday, if I didn't have, a lot more on my plate, actually, it was fun. I'm not complaining. I really loved it. Loved that we put it on. Disability Rights Arkansas did their own first ever conference, of course, virtually online. And we may do some in person, may not. It depends next year. I think there's a good way of doing a mixture of conference, maybe a day online and a day in person, or half a day, or maybe over several different days, Anyway, that's just some thoughts there. We had it Wednesday, yesterday, and today. Today was the final day, and today I actually was interviewed for the final segment and talking about the Self-Advocacy Network development, which is some of you may be watching on our Facebook page. So we talked a little bit about that and about advocacy in general. So one of the things I didn't mention is that, advocacy is advocacy. Yes, SAND is funded and really supposed to support developmental disabilities, but advocacy is advocacy. And I think we all have things to learn from one another. And I'm hoping that I'm not overstepping things and saying that we all could work together no matter what disability we have and learn from one another, and also speak up for each other when something comes up that's needed. We all need to work together. Anyway, I know I've been extra long or about long today, but I'm just relaxing. It was a good day. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you, take it and have a good weekend. And we'll see you on Monday. And some of you may see me on my own personal page later this weekend. Have a great day or night.